Simmer. Get in the hole! Oh! A beautiful day at the South Park Golf Course establishment.
It's a wonderful view.
Matthew Casaldi. Look at that. Look at that. It's like 90 out today. A lot of F-bombs have been dropped. Don't say that. Welcome to the illustrious South Park Golf Course. The first hole on the 9-hole course is a 309 par 4, very short hole, and I hit a very nice looking drive into right off the left side of the fairway. Probably my best looking drive of the day, so it's all downhill from here. Onto the approach shot, I hit a 9-iron about 115 yards, and it actually lands up on the green, so I am now putting for birdie. And I actually did judge the read pretty well, but I just hit it a little bit too soft, and I tap in for par. On the second hole, I hit what looks to be a boomerang slice drive, but it actually ends up being okay right off the right side of the fairway. And now with about 100 yards left, I hit a 9-iron up the hill, and this one's actually pretty good. It's on the green, a little bit away, and I hit a fairly decent putt. Judged the read okay, but hit it a little too soft, just like the first hole, and I actually tap it for my second par in a row. A very, very good start for me. Things start going a little bit downhill on the third hole, where I kind of chunk my drive with a 6-iron, and it ends up right of the green, so now I'm chipping on from about 30 yards away, and I hit a decent one. My reaction, you wouldn't think I hit a decent one, but it's a ways away, so I have a long way for par. This is sort of a testy putt. It's a little bit downhill, and there's a decent amount of break. I hit, honestly, an okay one, but I leave myself a bit of room.
The absolute money putt right here.
And as Matthew says, the absolute money putt. And do I miss money putts? The answer is simply no. I do not miss money putts.
Yes, I can, baby.
An eagle-eyed viewer here may be able to spot that the shot tracer makes my drive look a bit better than it actually is. It's a bit to the right of the fairway, and here with an 8-iron from about 130 yards. I hit, honestly, a pretty decent shot, and it's right on the back of the green. So I have a very tricky putt here, and you're gonna quickly see that I melt down a little bit.
Briskly along the South Park green, and Adam putts it.
That was atrocious. Holy crap.
And he pretty much summed it up right there. Atrocious.
And they both, me, my past self, and Matthew, both summed it up pretty nicely. An atrocious putt, and here, my second putt, also not going to be great, and as you can see, professional cameraman Matthew's got to move the camera back to actually capture the hole. And for my bogey putt, a extreme lip out, and gonna count that one as going in because, you know, we're not professionals. And on the fifth hole, I hit a pretty extreme slice, very low into the fairway, didn't go too far. Now with a 4 hybrid from about 250 yards away, I decide to pull out the top and hit it pretty much nowhere. Onto my second hybrid shot, I chunk it and hit it a little bit farther. Now it's right next to the green, and I have a chip on here. Hit a pretty decent chip, get it to bounce in the rough and slow down a decent bit so it doesn't roll too much. And now with about 15 feet for par, I judge it okay, but again hit it too soft and it breaks too much, and that's going to be a bogey. Continuing on the trend of the shot not being good enough for the shot tracer, I pretty much just top a hybrid barely into the fairway and pull out the pitching wedge and try to recover myself into the fairway on this dogleg par 4. Now with pitching wedge from about 80 yards, I don't really know what to do because I can't hit a full pitching wedge, so I kind of just chunk it. Now chipping on, I actually hit a pretty decent chip, and this is the one good shot you need to save bogey. On the 7th hole, camera trouble ensues, and somehow Matthew manages to record before and after the shot, but not the actual shot itself. So, as you can see by my reaction, it was not a good drive. And now with the hybrid shot, I hit another pretty poor shot. And coming in with the hybrid again from about 180 yards, I hit a fairly decent one right next to the green. And it does kind of die, but I pull out the wedge and hit probably my best wedge shot of the day. Comes within about 5 feet of the hole. Can't do better than that, I say. And with 5 feet left for par, I had the right line and hit it too soft, but tap in for bogey. The more interesting event on the 7th hole was Matthew's eagle putt, which he missed by about an inch, which would have been his first eagle ever, but a very nice attempt. Now onto the par 3 8th, I hit a 4 hybrid, and it rolls on the fairway a little bit, and it's a pretty decent shot, so I have a good looking chip here for a birdie. And my chip, I hit a little bit right, expecting the slope to affect the chip more, but it kind of just sits. So I have a decent look at par at the very least, and me and Matt are talking about the aim point. I am a little bit left of what he said, and it still isn't left enough. Barely miss it, and tap in for my 6th bogey in a row. Onto the 9th hole, and I hit a 4 hybrid, not very well. Again, the shot tracer very generous, and another 4 hybrid here from the rough, and this one's a little bit better. Hit it into the fairway. Now with a 7 iron from about 130, I sort of just hit it straight to the left, not even aiming for the hole. I guess I wanted to go play in the sand. And now from over by the bunker, we've got some commentary from Matthew.
Swing there. Getting absolutely red.
And honestly, one of my best chips of the day. Get it within about 7 or 8 feet there.
The big A lining up for a bogey putt.
And as Matthew says, lining up for my bogey putt for a 43, my best score on 9 holes ever.
This would be clutch.
And I clutch it out for the 43. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and more golf content is on the way soon.